bureaucracy an inevitable part of modern life, not just in policing. We've seen significant investment in police officers in recent times. I know you, Chief, share my aspiration that the public feel the maximum benefit of that investment in police officers is felt by our community. Some of the feedback we've had from both Victoria, who said that she felt that officers of all ranks are pressured by the amount of time they have to do doing admin work, and Pam from Oswestry said that police shouldn't have to do all the paperwork that they have to do to reduce admin time so they can get out, spend more time in the community. How do you, in the force, reduce the necessary amount of time that's spent on paperwork as the public see it?
Thanks. Yes, things have changed over the last 20 years, and there is a significant amount of, you can call it paperwork, bureaucracy or administration, and it's perhaps worth emphasising for the people watching this some of the paperwork that our staff need to do. So now, for example, even for a straightforward, for example, shoplifting, just to get advice from the Crown Prosecution Service, the officer will have to pull a full file together, all the statements, the CCTV, plus all the additional information. It needs to go on a ledger, and the officer then needs to say whether that information supports the case or doesn't support the case, and then go through each line and understand does it support or not support the case, and redact it or delete it if it's data sensitive. And that will go to the Crown Prosecution Service, who may say, no, in actual fact, there's not enough evidence to charge. So that's a challenge for us. It's being worked on nationally. And a huge amount of risk assessment we do, because there is risk out there, whether that's domestic abuse or sex offenders or violent offenders. Our staff will regularly have to say, okay, what's the risk and how do we demonstrate that we've said that's a low, medium or high risk? And that's important for when terrible incidents do happen. We look back and say, okay, is there anything we missed? Is there anything we can learn here? So there is a lot of work and paperwork that our staff need to do. But yourself, the Chief, and me are committed to trying to reduce the paperwork burden wherever possible. Looking at, have we imposed a regime or a performance regime that's causing too much work and misdirecting officers from what they can do. For example, recently I found that the missing person database that our staff log their systems on, that you had to go on a training course for it before you can even access it when it's really intuitive. So we were able to say, okay, get rid of that training course, open it up to the whole of the community of West Mercia police officers and police staff straight away. So as soon as these things are identified to us, we're doing our best to try and reduce that bureaucratic burden.
I think as well, really important is, we spoke about the importance of police visibility earlier, and the value our community space and seeing officers out and about, and the investment in technology means that officers no longer, well, from September, will no longer have to come back to a police station and record a crime. So they'll all have a new mobile device, and they'll be able to be visible out and about in the community whilst they're conducting, whether it's a personal inquiry, whether it's or a risk assessment.
Thank you.